Hello, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Welcome, everyone. As you enter the room, please give us a thumbs up.
Happy Monday.
I am hearing a little echo. Are you hearing an
That was me.
echo?
That was
Oh,
me.
see, we're rusty. We're rusty. Oh my
Right.
God. So, are you going to share the great news?
Well, yeah. If you guys haven't noticed, like this is actually live in real time. We were like
Punishment.
we were in a small punishment, even though we shouldn't have been. So we made an inquiry and we were taking off punishment. So we're back live.
Yay. And our greatest thanks to All About the Tea for giving us some really great advice on how to handle the situation. And if there are any other like small channel users on YouTube who run into any situations, please feel free to reach out to myself or Jamal. Any information we get, we are more than happy to share with, you know, small channel owners like ourselves who might make a mistake here and there, even though we didn't make a mistake.
Right. It's just having people to talk to, just ask questions and just be open to sharing. Like, this is what's happening. Have you been to do this before? And like we got the Monica from All About the Tea gave us the answer. We just submitted an inquiry, and they were like, okay.
Yeah, kind of cool.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
guys, all right, we've missed you. Things were a little different, but now we're back. And today we will be reviewing the Belle Collective, season 1, episode 6, Sage and Champagne. All right. This was an okay episode for me.
Yeah, it wasn't anything super fantastic. Like
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't quite filler. It moved everything along. So I'm not really mad at the quote unquote filler episodes because they do move the story. You don't feel like this episode wasn't needed because we found out a lot about Marie.
Yeah, and every episode can't be a fight, so thank God for
Mm.
that. Yeah, we did find out a lot more about Marie, especially her medical condition, which I was kind of like I wasn't expecting that.
Not at all, not at all. And the fact that she's a- able to do as much as she is, and like the fact that, for me, the fact that I think stress is a trigger for her condition.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm just like, how are you functioning? Like, I, I just don't understand. So it makes me understand her more and why she does get frustrated with her son the way she does. I'm like, sir, like your mom is going through like this stuff on a daily basis, 12 pills a day just to function, and you
Mm-hmm.
can't go to school
Yeah.
and get a degree.
Well, the young people are selfish. So let's start at the top of the episode. We see Letitia, and she's
Hmm.
meeting Latrice for lunch. Now, Latrice did not go to the last brunch because she had better things to do, but Letitia still wants her coin for her investment.
Hmm.
So Letitia tells Latrice about the Ferris Street project and why, she's contacting her friends, to see if they want to invest. Now, I think this is the second time that I've heard Letitia say that she's purchasing a building for $2 million. She's not talking about the Crystal Ballroom, is she?
Yeah, she keeps saying purchasing. Now, here's the thing: did she say that she's purchasing, or does she want to purchase? That's where
She
I
says, I think she says she's interested in purchasing.
okay, right, which she
Yeah,
is, which she is. So it's not like she's
but
lying
she
there.
can't.
Correct.
So why start out with a slight deception if you are hoping to have people to invest in you? Because I know if she was
So
talking to me and she's deceptive or misleading, I'm not going to invest.
right, but the thing is this: like, would you really want to like start off a conversation like, hey, by the way, I have this project that I'm leasing for
Yeah,
$2 million. I
then don't
mean,
do it like that though.
I
There
mean,
are
but would
plenty of
you?
other ways. You could say that you
Right,
could be like a ground floor investor on a project, and these are the percentage of returns that you should get in your first, second, fifth, 10th year. Like I've been asking from the beginning, where's the business plan?
right. But here's my thing with her, and I've heard a couple other commentary on this, and my thought in the back of my head always will, Letitia, like, why didn't you set up an investment group
Mm-hmm.
versus presenting it as this project? Because I think if she set it up as an investment group, people that just tells you right away, like, oh, we're investing in this group to invest in Ferris Street, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that would have gone on a lot better. And I think I don't know about the T one. The panelist said like she needs a project manager who's done this before, and I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, because it's really coming off very amateurish and clownish. Um, and I think she's picking the wrong people, but I guess this is just for the sake of the show.
Right.
I'm beginning to think that this isn't like a real project, which is
I think
sad.
here's the thing. I think it's a real project. I think the problem is they took a real project and are trying to make it fit into reality TV. And by doing so, they're not being fully transparent and real, if that makes sense. But
Mhm.
the way I would have presented it is like, look, I have this project. I need investors. Just be honest. Like, I need this money. This is how much it's gonna cost, and who's interested. And then when you put it in terms of an investment group, it gives it more validity versus saying it's a project. When I think project, I'm like, oh, it's like flipping a house. But no, you're not just flipping a building. You are trying to revitalize um, a whole district. And when you try to do that, people understand they will need to put in money. That's why you would set up as an investment group. You could, I don't know what the name of her company is or group. You just Letitia LLC, for example, investment group. Set it up that way. That way, people know what they're getting into, and they're gonna be more excited. When you say a project, they're thinking like, "Oh, I can just give you like $100,000 and we're good." Like, nah, y'all need millions to just and this just to
Mhm.
get it started.
What do you think about Trey's comment? Am I the only one who feels like these ladies play to the cameras like actresses on a scripted show? It doesn't always feel authentic to me.
I can agree with that to a degree because some of it is authentic. Like when I hear the spots with like was it Letitia and Antoinette, that's genuine. When Antoinette's talking about Kaylin, that's genuine. The problem is when they get together, it feels a little put on.
Mhm. Um, Montana Marcia is with me. I still don't understand completely the objective of the project. If I'm investing, where is the return? She doesn't even have a prospectus.
No,
Like,
like if you really break it down, and this is not to be mean or rude, basically you're investing in a brunch
the
cafe,
cafe, yeah.
and you know she's not explaining it correctly in my from my standpoint. What you say is like, what, I really want to revitalize this area, but we need to start the base of operations. So this building used to be the Crystal Ballroom. This will be our base of operations. We're not allowed to buy it as it's a historical building, but it's an important building. I think we should start here. Who's with me in investing in this building to get our resource center started? I wouldn't have done a cafe. Here's the reason why. That's a waste of floor space. What you're gonna want, you have the resource center. If you want
Mhm.
to have like a mini restaurant, snack bar area, good. But don't waste real estate on a whole cafe. You're not gonna get the return on the money with a cafe, and that's the problem.
What about Working with the local city government and reaching out to Fortune 500 companies to come and redevelop the dilapidated buildings and offer them in exchange for doing that tax incentives, tax breaks, so that they can open up many offices or storefronts. Like reach out to Apple to do a storefront down there, reach out to Starbucks to do a storefront down there, like
Right.
stuff like that, and have the city council, city government incentivize
Hmm.
these companies, because these are the companies that have the money
To do it.
to blow it on something like this.
Exactly. Like she hasn't even mentioned what businesses they want in the area. Because let's be honest, to revitalize an area, just like you said, you need a Starbucks, you need an Apple, you need like a CVS, a Walgreens.
Mm-hmm.
You need national brands to get you
Mm-hmm.
started, and then you make sure you keep space for the local entrepreneurs. But you're if we're being upfront, I don't see local businesses only revitalizing that district on its own.
Nope. Nope. She needs big money and she needs
Mm-hmm.
it quick. And those kinds of companies are the only ones right now that have the kind of funds available to do something like that on a quick pace.
Right. I think Yanni has a good point. Me neither, Marcia. Just one building costs 4 million. Then they'll have to buy altogether one building. Then all the other would be run down. Who would go that area? No one.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads right into your point of needing a Starbucks and the
Yeah.
Walgreens, CVS, places like that, to where people will actually shop and go to. Like what I would have personally done, I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have started with that. I think for me, what I would have done, I would have looked more at a mall type situation where you can have many different businesses. Because I would think the easiest way to revitalize an area would be at a mall. That way, like you said, no.
Malls are dying. Malls are dying.
Now in this climate, you're right. You're right. You're right.
And there's a further complication with the historical designation.
Mm,
Like you need a big open space. Like I was thinking Walmart immediately, but you can't tear down the buildings because they bring in these
yeah.
prefab big warehouse type thing that we walk in and we get absorbed into. The same thing is for a mall. You need a big square footage of
True.
space and extra land for the parking, and you're going to
Mm,
need to graze that whole area that they're trying to resurrect. So that's why I was thinking small storefronts, but with
mm,
big brands that have money.
right.
Because
That
you
makes
could have
sense.
easily throw in an Amazon distribution center there and call it a day, but the historical factor, like,
Right. Well,
yeah, it's
we have to think about it's only that building. We really haven't seen what Ferris Street encompasses, and that's another issue I have. As a
mm-hmm,
viewer, I don't know how big is the Ferris Street district. Like how
mm-hmm.
big actually? What's the actual
Yeah, we don't
square
know
footage coverage? We don't know.
yeah, yeah, we just don't. And then do some of those buildings belong to people? Are we going to have to buy them out in order to get it? Like, it's a tricky situation. That's why I would have worked directly with the city council or local government and see what buildings were available, which ones were historically pegged, or bookmarked, and then reach out to big companies who are interested in investing in the South.
Exactly. It's she. I just don't think she really looked like we said. She isn't going with the real plan. So these are all the things she should have thought of before she went to the group. Like when she had the councilman and Miss Dorothy, I had a meeting with them first and said, "This is
Mhm.
Ferris Street. What's historical? What is not? If it's historical, it's red. If it's not historical, it's blue. And when you put the pins in, you can actually see what you can actually work with in the immediate future. Because like look at how long it's taking her to get that one building together because it's historical because she didn't know.
Mhm. Yeah. Again, she hasn't done any of her homework with this, and I don't mean to be picking her apart or anything like that, but I'm sure I'm not the only one asking these questions. I wish her
Mhm.
all the best on this project. If it's just for TV, okay. If it
Right.
isn't, get it together because I
Mhm.
want to see you succeed.
Same.
All right, so let's go on to Tambra. She goes to her fertility specialist to check on her fibroids, and it's not good news. She has new fibroids, and one is the size of her uterus, and she's going to need surgery. If she doesn't get the surgery, it will decrease her chances by 80% of ever carrying a child.
Mm. I liked her doctor. I really liked him. He was
Mhm.
upfront. He was straightforward. He was honest. And I think for her at this point, she's going to need to um, do a surrogate. For maybe I'm looking at this too black and white and too direct, but at this point, you are 40 years old. You're 40 years old, or about to be 40. I think she is 40 because she got
45.
her birth 45. 40. Oh, 45.
No, no, she says
Oh,
she's 40 on the
40.
show.
Yeah.
That's a real
Okay.
hard 40 for me.
So I'm like, okay, at this point, with all you're trying to do, and you want to have a family, that's good, but your body's just not allowing, not, it's, okay, not allowing you to. It's making it tough for you to carry. Why
Mhm.
not just look into getting a surrogate and get the family that you want? I can empathize with women wanting to carry their own children. I really do.
Mhm.
But to get what you want, which is a child, that's the end goal, you need to look at alternative means. And for her, I think it's a great thing because she could still work on her career while having a baby. And I just would go that route because it sounds like it's too risky for her to carry, given the fibroid issue.
Mhm. Well, it would make it impossible with the size of one of the fibroids. Apparently, there were 4, and
Hmm.
one is basically the size of her uterus. So she can't carry. That will
Right.
be a total risk. So he hasn't said it's impossible. He gave her 2 options. Have the surgery, and get those removed. Wait 3 months for total healing. Um, and then she could either do IVF or the least like the lesser expensive of the two, which would be insemination. Like get you some
Mhm.
jizz in a bottle and we'll, mix it up and squirt it in and you'll be good. Pregnant.
Right. My concern would be for she does get pregnant, go the IVF route, but then the fibroids come back. That's where my mind goes.
Well, that's why they have to move quickly. He's like, if
Hmm.
this is something that you need to do, let's have the surgery. Give yourself 3 months to heal, and then start the insemination or IVF process and get yourself going before the fibroids come back. Because with her, it seems like it's reoccurring.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Now that's my concern for her.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
sounds like she has like a 12-month window. I mean 12 months. I mean what, like 3 months, nine months of
Hmm.
pregnancy. Like she has like her windows are really like short.
She's got to make a decision. And it's not like she only just started thinking about this because she does have the eggs saved.
Right.
She's either got to, get off, either shit or get off the pot. Basically it.
Hmm.
That's it. But here's to the best. Seems like she has a good doctor. Hope he can take care of it. Then we see Antoinette meeting with local Black professionals, and she's invited Kaylon because she wants to show Kaylon how professionals conduct themselves without Kaylon feeling attacked. Oh my God.
So this
Why are we catering to Kaylon?
this here's the thing though, and I understand what you're saying. You can't say that when we as people of color say the same thing. So I understand what Antoinette was doing. Would I have done it? No. Because what it comes across is that you're trying to justify your position. You're trying to show like, well, we're not all like that. People are
Mm.
people. They feel what they feel.
Mhm.
So you have to hold. You can't say things like that and then hold her accountable for what she said as well. Because instead of Kaylin taking the high road, understanding the room, all she would have to said was like, you know what, Marie, I was wrong. My bad. You know, yes, you got enlightened afterwards, but then you want to say some dumb stuff. I'm like, really? Come on now. Come on. I mean, it was a great discussion. Like, they're doing great things. For me, Kaylin really did not need to be there. That was not the forum. She's not a doctor. There was no room for her to be there. Like, you could have had your meeting and then given Kaylin the download after the meeting. She didn't really need to be there. To me, that was a production thing, and I do feel it was production at the previous brunch. That's just my opinion.
Honestly, she ruined that meeting when she started talking about, oh, when people start taking out their earrings and da da da. Shut up, girl. You just like if you owned
But
up to your
that
part
was
of
at
it.
the party though. Are we skipping to the party now?
No, that was the party? I
That was the
swear she
party
said that at the meeting.
Because Tampa jumped in
Oh,
after
yes,
that.
yes, I do apologize. I do
No,
apologize.
the meeting was short. It was good. The Kayla
I
needed to be there. No,
I agree with that. I don't know. I just am not understanding Kaylon's part in this show. Unless
so
it's supposed to be like Kim from Housewives of Atlanta,
exactly,
then I definitely don't like it.
exactly. But
She's
I
not
think
making any friends with me then.
right. But Kim was friends with Nene and Sheree. Kaylin Kaylon is friends with Antoinette, so it's not fair to dislike her simply because she's kind of like the odd one out. What's bothering me is this. I was with you during the brunch. You know, I understood your position, how you felt. You were taking everything too personally for no reason, but hey, I could get your point of view. You're supposed to come in, sit down, read the room, and ask. In my opinion, in those situations, you ask questions. You don't make declarative statements. I've been in rooms like that where I'm
Mhm.
out of 60 people, there may be one of me and one of another person of color. I don't walk in making declarative statements. I sit, I listen, I read the room, and then I will ask my questions. She didn't do that, which is why they
Yeah,
kind of like got mad at her.
I agree with Ian. I don't know what they're trying to do with this one. And Trey, it seems to be a reoccurring pattern of Antoinette's. I agree. She brings Kaylon to places she doesn't need to be brought to. Yep. And I guess it's just so that she can cause friction with others. I don't know. But even at the saging party, like she had other white friends there who seemed pretty cool,
Hmm.
except Kayla. Like she's just irritating me. I
I think
can't deal with
here's the
it.
thing. If we're being honest, it's called thing a thing. If Kaylon were not a descendant of Jefferson Davis, I don't think she'd be on the show, and that's just my opinion. So, like you said, she had other cool Caucasian friends. Why pick Kaylin? I don't mind Kaylin overall, but you have to
I want them to
read the
bring on the
room.
white girl that had on the little orange pum pum rumpa short thing and dipped it low in the bathtub. That's what I want them to bring on. I want Kaylin or whatever to be swapped out with her. Romper girl. That's what I'm calling her. Romper girl.
Hmm.
Bring on Romper girl. Okay, so let's go to Latrice's 5th anniversary. Her and Cliff have been married 5 years, but obviously have been together longer than that. And he does a little trick with her first present.
He know he was messy for that.
But
Did
he
I find
got her
it
though. She got real pissed.
right? He
but
got her
then
good.
but then he takes her out to the real surprise, which is out by I guess a little gazebo that they have. He has a nice little romantic table with candles and twinkle lights and a big old sign that's lit up that says love. And what was it, steak or pork chop or something like that. It
It was
looked really
good.
good. Yes, it looked really good. And they wasted all that food and all that wine. I'm so angry. But
Yeah,
anyway, yeah, I'm a little hungry now. So
I
sorry.
wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with that because honestly, I didn't care about the conversation. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
more looking at the food. I just like y'all gonna waste that good food fighting.
Well, she was just whining about having abandonment issues. That's about
Oh
it.
yeah.
You were the wrong man if you anyway. So yeah, he gets up and he drives off in the golf cart and he leaves her there with the food, which she still did not eat. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about that?
No, like you said, she goes over her abandonment issues. They argue. Yeah, moving on.
Mm-hmm. So now we're with Marie at I don't know, the indoor play jamboree place. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what you called it. Is it like a Chuck E. Cheese or something?
Something like that.
Um, yeah, she has one grandbaby and she's playing, and Jerez is there? No. Cedric walks in first,
Mm-hmm.
empty handed. Hasn't been around in days. Nobody can find him. He hasn't been coming home. I don't know, maybe he skipped the country. I don't know. And then Jerez shows up with another grandbaby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she admits that being with the like her son and the grandbabies are really helping, especially on days like this, because we discover she has lupus.
Mm-hmm.
She must cause a lot of flare ups with the amount of stress and constant aggravation she's
Mm-hmm.
under from all points of her life.
Right. And I will say this, and people may not like this, in my opinion. Um, the husband needs to go because he's a big part of her stress as he's not showing up for days at a time and not calling nothing. That's gotta go. I mean, no.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. But I do like the fact that the conversation her and her son had,
Mm-hmm.
and I get her more now. Like to be completely honest, this is the Marie I like to see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't mind a little messy, but like she wasn't mean. She was just telling her, "Look, this is what I'm building for us. This is what I'm trying to do. But in order for you to take over anything of mine, what?" And she said, "Whatever business you want." I'm like, all you gotta do is go to school and get a degree. You
I'm
could
gonna
be a
need her to
C
give me a
student.
financial accounting of all 10 of those
Yeah.
businesses.
Mhm.
And a kiosk down at the mall does not count. Who
Stop it. Because
has time to run 10 businesses?
but with her, you could tell with her the mental health is her main one because I think that's where
Mm-hmm.
her degree is in. It's where she's going to get her PhD. So I think that might be
Mm-hmm.
her main. I mean, she probably owns or co-owns some other ones, which is perfect for her because I'm sure she has the people in place to do
The
it.
barbershop
She,
with Essie.
hey, they make money.
Yes, they
Barbershops
do.
make money. Barbershops,
Mm-hmm.
beauty supplies, salon. Come on now, them is the money makers.
Mm-hmm.
So you could tell she has a good business mind, and she wants something to leave for her kids, but she wants her
Mm-hmm.
kids to do what they need to do. And like, sir, go to school, be a C student, get your degree, and like help your mom out. I mean, this gives me I'm more inspired by her now. This part of her, this is the part I like. But I like business stuff anyway, so.
You know what? She said she was having a bad day. So I really
Mhm.
think she was in the midst of a flare up.
Yep.
So she was just tired and worn down. And she spoke to her son without screaming. She was just tired. And she just said,
Mhm.
look, all you have to do is get a degree. Like you said, be a D student. D can get you a degree. And just graduate. That's her one condition. And then you
Yeah.
can pick any of the businesses you want. I need you to step up as the head of the siblings and guide them into it as well. You
Cause she,
know,
like she said, not to
simple.
cut. I'm sorry, not to cut you off. I'm sorry, but this is
Mm-hmm.
in my head. But like she said, like I know what I'm dealing with my health.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm not gonna always be here. So
Yep.
I'm like, Jerez, sir, like do this for your mother. Like work hard. If you have to put some things on the back burner, anything outside of your degree in basketball and your kids, everything else should be on the back burner. You should be so focused on those three things and get it done.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Get
so
it done.
Ian says, but I also see some dysfunctional relationship there too. Like she caused the mess by being dysfunctional, but then by her children with money. I think that is a trap a lot of parents fall into, all like always wanting to give your children what you didn't have. But then
Hmm.
it's a fine line between giving them what they need or spoiling them.
Hmm.
Yes, has she spoiled her kids? Yeah, she has. Um, but I can understand it based on not having that kind of relationship with her own mother. Because she said that it was her mom who was on drugs. No,
Yeah.
right? Yes, yes,
Addiction.
yes.
Yeah.
So, I can't find fault with her with that. Well, I could, but I'm just not gonna. She has a lot of things going on, and I will give her this. She is trying desperately, desperately to make right with her children, especially Jerez.
Yeah.
Um, and she's also trying to do right by her grandkids.
Right.
So I can't come all the way down on her this week. I just can't. um, let's see. He did say that he learned from the therapy session that they had that he was holding stuff inside. And she said that's not good because when you do that, you do erupt, which is what he did. They both need to learn how to communicate better. Um, and is her son learning? Let's hope he has learned never again to have three children at the same time unless they are triplets. Let's
Correct.
hope. Because obviously, all three of these children are under the age of 1 at the time of filming. Um, let's count that as one mistake because everybody got pregnant at the same time. So let's hope he learned from that. Ay, ay, ay. All right. So we're on the day of Antoinette's house rededication party. The theme is sage and champagne. She did not invite Marie and Letitia. Marie said she could not make it. And she said she wasn't going to invite Letitia. You know, because Letitia doesn't hold, in her eyes, she doesn't hold Marie accountable, but she's not there when Letitia is talking privately to Marie.
Hmm.
So that's something she's got to figure out on her own. Um, what do you think about her little saging party where they almost burned down the house?
Well, one, I understand not buying inviting Marie, fine, but I would have invited Letitia because you guys are having forming a friendship. So I don't hold other people's actions against my friends. I just don't do it. I just don't invite that friend who causes the issue.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about that. Now them running around burning up the house. Why did y'all? Why didn't you sage the house first before y'all started drinking? That was my main question.
Yeah.
That was
And
my main.
did you see the size of those? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, sage things.
And they trying to light them on the stove. I'm like, you about to burn
Well,
down this
no,
woman's
they
house.
tried to light them with just a regular cigarette lighter, and I'm just like,
Right.
that's not enough. She should have went to
No.
the burner from the beginning. But it was just too many of one of those would have been good. Assign one responsible person to walk around
Hmm.
your entire house and sage it. Make sure you have all the windows open at the same time. But instead, these fools
Hmm.
were all lit up all over her house with none of the doors or windows open. And then, of course, the smoke alarm goes off in her bedroom. What's it? Melanie, Melissa, the PR person for Latrice,
Melanie.
Melanie.
Hmm.
She's fanning it with a piece of cardboard, and Dingaling Antoinette is waving her burning sage stick in front of it. What is the purpose? Like, wow.
Right. So, to answer Yanni's question, so Jerez is not Cedric, but I believe the last His brothers and sisters, the little ones are Cedric.
I thought it was only one little girl
Is it
that
only? I
was
thought they had
Cedric.
two. Don't they
I
have
think
three kids?
no, I thought I heard her say we share a daughter.
Oh, I was
I
under the
think only
impression that
one is his.
yeah, the youngest. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So the other kid, how many? She has four. She has four kids and three grandkids.
Yes.
Jesus.
No, I thought Drez. I know she has the three grandkids and she supports the four baby mamas. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch to find out how many kids she
Wait,
has.
four baby mamas and only three babies?
Three kids. She says, wait, so she supports Jerez, the three kids, they baby mamas. She might have four children. I think you might be right, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna go back and
because
rewatch.
it was four and three.
I knew it
And
was
I
a lot.
know
I
it's
just knew
three
it was a lot of
grandkids,
people.
and then she has four kids, Jerez being one of them, the oldest.
Yeah, I just knew they had a
Um,
whole bunch of people she was supporting. It was like
yes,
a gang. It was a gang of them.
yes.
So,
It's a whole posse that she's supporting, like a whole little village, and good luck to her with that.
what did you think about back to the party? I had to ask this what's in my head.
Yeah.
What did you think of the staging of the lingerie? I have
Well,
never
she's
seen
gonna
that
have to
before.
wash everything. Everything's gonna be full of smoke.
I was just like, you ruined her good underwear. You come on now.
I don't know. She pulled open that IKEA drawer, and I was just like, no
Oh
love,
my
no
goodness.
loss there.
No, but going after, off of that, I do want to talk about the comments that Kaylon
Yeah,
made, and I love Tamra stepping in, saying
yeah.
that has never happened. What are you talking about?
Until you showed up. End story. You
I'm
know,
like,
again, I can't deal with Kaylon. I want the romper girl. She seems like a lot of fun.
yeah, but just Kaylon, why you? It's for me. I'm not sure if you feel this way. I'd like to know your thoughts. Do you think Kaylon just wants to be offended?
It's getting that way. That
Okay.
she is now looking for camera time,
Hmm.
and the best way possible for her is to basically subliminally insult the people who
Okay.
are on this show.
Gotcha. Okay. Because with her, I just get the feeling like, ma'am, like you have good points to a degree, but then you go overboard, and that's when I kind of feel it
What good
goes
points
into the
does she have?
production.
What good points?
Well, she does have points like she's all like all white people don't feel this way, but what she doesn't understand is like we're not talking about you. You may not do that, but those around you probably do, and you probably heard it. You know, it's just she just goes overboard some things. Like she's like the professional aspect of Antoinette's um meeting. Good, great, but she gives commentary that's not necessary. It's like you can say this is empowering. Yes, it was empowering. I felt inspired listening to those group of doctors. They're trying to do great things. You can't say that. It's okay to say you felt empowered, but to give the excess commentary takes away from your initial message, and that's where she loses me.
I can't deal with her anymore. Just
She seems
can't.
produced. That's why, if we're being honest, she just seems produced, and it's
Yeah.
annoying. Instead of her just coming in and being the friend of Antoinette, that okay, this is probably what it is. See if you follow me. Instead of her just being the friend of the castmate, just being the good friend, the supportive friend, she's in audition mode. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah.
And she's gone into audition mode, and we're like, yeah, no. She's basically Leah McSweeney negative 5.5, basically. When Leah was auditioning for a second season on the Real Housewives of New York, and she was too much, but Kayla's just a lesser version, but a more annoying version.
Okay. She's irritating to me, and so is Marie. They're both irritating. I'm giving them both the irritating metal of the week. I am not
Mhm.
choosing one over the other. I just don't understand either one of the two of them. They both put a spoke in the wheel of the progress of the storyline of this show. I don't care that Kaylon has appointed herself the official representative of all white people when she doesn't need to be. And
Mhm.
I don't care that Marie has appointed herself the bitch of all people in general, and she doesn't need to be.
Exactly.
That's my opinion on those two Bobo the clowns.
I'm with you. I can see that.
Oh, and Paranormal Witch Pixie. Um, Antoinette saged her house because she recently got divorced and it was the same house that her husband lived in. So she just wanted to get the bad juju out and do a clean slate, right? Right, Jamal? She wanted to have a
Right.
clean slate moving forward
Exactly.
because she had some renovations done to the house. She redecorated. This was the final straw to just sage it and get the bad juju out and move on now that she is a single woman again. So that was that. Pixie. So the last segment was Latrice does a makeup dinner for Cliff so she could get back her Rolex. That was so
I'm
dirty.
sorry. I was just like, I like the apology. In this particular instance, he deserved an apology for all that he did.
Mm-hmm.
But you shouldn't have done just to get your watch back. That's the way it came across to me. You just did this dinner for a watch.
What kind of man is he that gives her a watch at the first dinner and waits till she goes to sleep to take it back? Like, I could not be married to Cliff. I'm sorry. I would have poisoned him or suffocated him in his sleep a long time ago. And yes, I am saying that. My spirit could never mesh with someone like Cliff. Could not.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
But he got the right one. He got
Yeah.
a young girl who isn't confident in herself in the right ways, has lots of abandonment issues, and he has made her feel that she is dependent on him for some reason or another.
Hmm.
So he's with the right girl.
He is.
Notice I said girl,
He
not
got the
woman.
right one. He got the right
Girl.
one.
Mm-hmm.
A young girl with daddy issues. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Um, I do feel bad for her. She has had a lot of tragedy. Her father got involved with drugs and he eventually died. Two of her brothers have passed away. The third brother wound up in jail for several years. She seems like a very family-oriented person who is
Yes.
clinging desperately to these family relations, and he is there. And
Exactly.
yeah. So yeah, the saxophonist and the pianist were wonderful.
Right.
The food looked better at Cliff's dinner than it did at this one.
I want to answer this question
Mm-hmm.
real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Did she start her business before she met Cliff?
Yeah.
Actually, she started the business while they were together. He just didn't believe in her.
Oh yes, they
Hmm.
weren't married yet.
They
I
weren't
think that
married
was the
yet,
yeah.
but he didn't believe in her. Though, so she
Mm-mm.
was selling stuff out the trunk of her car, and nothing. She built it.
It's amazing that she would then turn around and marry somebody who did not believe in her. Like
Right.
he has the right girl.
Yes. Agreed.
And that was I think that was the episode. Did we miss
Hmm.
anything?
No, we covered it all. I mean, for a non, how can I put it? For a non-exciting episode, there was a good bit of
It
meat
had a
there,
lot. Yeah, yeah.
so it
It
was
had
good.
like it wasn't main storyline, I think, but it was sideline storylines that helped make up the
Right.
whole. that we saw in this episode. I wasn't really mad at it. And I think I'm really appreciating Carlos King for isolating Tambra to one segment in the episode.
Yes. Good job, Carlos. Keep
Yes.
that train of thought.
Yes. Next season, reevaluate whether you want Tambra's there. Send her on maternity leave.
Right.
Permanently. All right, guys, thanks for coming back. This was our first live episode in a few weeks.
Exactly.
We're off punishment again. Please leave your comments below. We do read them and we respond. Give us a thumbs up whether or not you liked this review or not. We don't care. We still appreciate every thumbs up we get. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already and the notification bell so that you're sent an alert every time we send out new content. Most importantly, tell a friend, have them join the conversation. Jamal, do you want to talk about our live panels during this show or another show?
Just a quick heads up. We will be doing live panels twice a week, and they'll be scheduled as well, so you'll know when they are. I think our first one will be tomorrow because we'll be covering TLC. Basically, our live panels will be where people can call in and actually discuss. Like tomorrow will be Sister Wives and 90 Days. So be on the lookout for those.
Yeah, we'll do the reviews first, and then we'll do a third show with live panels so that you could call in and talk all things TLC.
Yes.
All right, guys. So until next time, bye.